Where is the car world going as it relates to restoration with the entrance of vehicles that are becoming just harder to fix?
I don't think that's true. In a lot of ways, the modernization, car manufacturers have gotten better at putting them together. And I think what you'll have is the people that designed these electric components, from the power window motors to the ECUs, these people are alive still, but they'll retire and they'll start cottage industries. I mean, I just talked to a guy a couple days ago. The ABS pump is failed on the 91 BMW, and he rebuilds the ABS pump for about $400. So there's a lot of these little cottage guys that are taking different parts from these cars. So I don't foresee a major crisis. Honestly, the bigger problem right now is like E36 M3. The interior panels and stuff are rubbish. They were then, they are now, and that kind of the interior trim, some of that stuff's gotten harder to find. It's almost more that than the mechanical components at this point. Now, I'm not trying to restore a 2023 Ford Lightning pickup might be a different matter, but or a Tesla or something like that. But at this point, the stuff from the 90s and the aughts is not proven. There's always, if there's a need, that's the American spirit. If there's a need, somebody will figure it out and fill it, like the guy building the ABS pumps.
Is there a segment that you see booming more than others, whether it's, now kids interested in 90s Japanese vehicles? That's sort of, at least when I was a young man in the 90s, that, yeah, they were somewhat appealing, but boy, are they hot now for 17 and 18-year-olds.
Yeah, that's hot. The other thing, I mean, I've been a BMW guy. Yeah, I like a lot of different cars, but pretty much all cars except Studebaker Avantis. So I don't care for them. My buddy Dave Kinney's if he listens to this, he's got about 12 of them or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's the guy that does the Haggerty Buyer's Guide. He's an Avanti freak. And by freak, I mean freak. But so anyway, I like BMWs. And I'm like, why aren't BMWs valuable? And then first, 2002 started to pop. E30 and an E30 M3 sold on Bring a Trailer last week for about 182,000. Now, this happens like as soon as one sells for that price, you don't know the details. Everybody in the world that has a clapped out salvage title E30 M3 says, "Oh, my car's worth 200 grand." No, it's not. But now, I mean, I drove an E36 M3. I've had them in the past, but I drove one a couple weeks ago on our Golden State tour that we do. Fell back in love, as I knew I would, and started looking for one. I mean, that was a $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 car for decades, or a couple of decades anyway. That's not the case anymore. That a nice one of those, well, a real nice one sold for almost 100 grand last week or 2 weeks ago on Bring a Trailer, and a nice one's 30, 40,000, 50, 60,000, depending. What I don't think people understand is there's collector grade cars. I mean, I just picked up an 07 911 Carrera, a 24,000 original miles, guards red, which is a good color. Absolutely flawless, pretty close to a number one car. Is basically goes onto a concours field and goes back into the trailer. It's that nice. And most cars are not number one condition. If you're a really, really nice, show winner, at least at a local regional level, is a number two car. But this car is really nice. And those cars bring the big money.